Oh, hi there. Welcome back to another video. And today I kind of really wanted. This is one thing that really irritates me is people putting into politics into things where they don't need to be, and it's just one thing. I'll talk about my feelings on this sort of stuff, but if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And let's talk about Far Cry 6. Narrative director says our story is political, it's just not focused on Cuba. And it's like politics. I think you need to keep politics out of a lot of stuff. We see it in a lot of kind of social media. Now, I kind of like the Far Cry series, but if this is going to be politics, this has just put me off from buying it because I don't particularly want to. I don't want to have to play through a game. It's like telling me what's good and what's bad. It's just I just don't want it to know because it will just irritate me. While Far Cry 6 is not trying to make a political statement about Cuba, specifically, the game's narrative director, Navid, has confirmed that the story the team is trying to tell is, in fact, political. Fuck's sake. Following an interview where revealed that instead of trying to make the game political statement about what's happening in Cuba, the team was drawing inspiration from the guerrilla movements around the world and throughout its history in the new statement done deeper in the thought process. Our story is political, he began. A story about a modern revolution must be. There are hard, relevant discussions in the Far Cry 3 about the conditions that lead to the rise of fascism in the nation, the costs of imperialism, forced labor, the need for free and fair elections, LGBTQ plus rights, and more within the context of Yara, a fictional island in the Caribbean. My goal was to empower our team to be fearless in the story we are telling, and we worked incredibly hard to do this over the last 5 years. We are also tired. We also tried to be very careful about how we approach our inspectations, which include Cuba, but also other countries around the world that have experienced political revolutions in their histories. Now that's fine to some degree. But the thing is, someone's political views could be completely different to your own. Now, I don't know too much about all the political stuff that's been going on, but it could be like, oh, you play the game and you do this, and this is our views. You have to fall in line with us, and that's it. And that to me shouldn't be a thing because someone could be like, well, I disagree with this. This is not what I think is right. I think this is the right way. And I think that can be really damning over time. And I think it's just really fucking frustrating to see this all the time. And I feel like politics should be out of stuff from TV shows as well as like movies and games. If the movies and TV shows are dedicated to politics, fair dues. But I think that you should take it out of the game. It just doesn't make it sound appealing. And this is one game that I'm not going to pick up for it. To ensure the story, Kevin and his team have been trying to tell an authentic and have we done that? Yeah, we have. To ensure the story, and his team were trying to tell was authentic and meaningful. They made sure to seek creators and collaborators for our team who speak personally to the history and cultures of religions or regions we were inspired by. Experts and consultants were also brought in to examine the game's story multiple times over, and of course, of the project. Make sure it was being told with sensitivity. Why can't you just tell a normal type of game? Why does it have to be like this? Also, I apologize if you can hear the fans. My laptop is overheating for some strange reason. While states that this is not for him to decide, if the teams succeed in their mission, they absolutely tried. So again, what happens if you fail to tell this? Like that's the main thing. Let's just make sure there's nothing more of the story. Okay, so there is. So what happens if you fail to tell the story? They absolutely tried. That's not a thing. Like either you get it right or you goddamn near like make sure that you stand your ground. And if people come and complain about this, then you're not gonna have like back down and be like, oopsie, we're backpedaling. I just feel on a whole load of levels that this shouldn't have been a thing, and you should either just make a game that doesn't include politics, because either both sides come out smelling of roses, or you both literally smell like shit. So let's kind of go through. As the Cuban guerrilla fighters, the team taught to who fought in the revolutions in the 1950s and 60s, and they are absolutely reflected in Far Cry 6's story and characters. However, These looking for political commentary focused on Cuba specifically will not find it. The conversations and research done on the perspectives of those who fought revolutions in the late 1950s and early 1960s and beyond are absolutely reflected in our story and characters. He explained, but if anyone is seeking a simplified binary political statement specifically on the current political climate in Cuba, they won't find it. I am from a family that has endured the consequences of revolution. I have debated revolution over the dinner table with my entire life. I can only speak for myself, but it's a complex subject that should never be boiled down to one quote. What the players will find in Far Cry 6, according to his story, is a story that is a point of view. See, there you go, a point of view attempts to capture the political complexity of a modern present-day revolution with a fictional context, while it will still have the action and adventure and heart fans have come to expect from Far Cry series. It won't shy away from the hard questions, and I feel like this is a thing again with multiple companies that do this. It feels to me like they want to be woke. They want to be, hey, look at this. Look at how we're going to do this. Look how we're the ones that are telling the hard stories. Now you have to do it. And I feel like just put in a game, carry on the story, if it's multiple ones, and keep going. I don't want to have politics in my games or in my media type thing if it's nothing to do with it. Now, if the story has to be told, why not do it something differently rather than say this is the entire thing? It just feels, again, like this could be a game that no one buys, that no one wants, or it could be really popular. In my eyes, I just don't want politics. Same things that we saw in Supergirl. It's, we've seen lots of politics where it doesn't need to be in and it focuses too much on it and it just takes away from the story that you're like, I don't care. So I don't know if this is going to apply to Far Cry. Far Cry is a brand that is in its DNA, that to have a mature, complex themes behind it with levity and humor. Concluded, one doesn't exist without the other, and we have to attempt to achieve this balance with care. My only hope is that we are willing to let the story speak for itself before forming hard opinions on its political reflections. But then again, either you get all the sides, you get everything, and you put everything in there, because when there is a side to certain things, like, oh, this is our view, it isn't the right, it could be the right or it could be the worst side. But again, you either need to put everything that is normal, otherwise it's just going to be one-sided. And I think it mentioned earlier that it's from their point of view, which I think is wrong. Again, when you bring in politics, either you'll piss a load of people off, and that's not what you want. I know there's companies like, oh, if you don't get this, then you're part of the problem and you should be it. And it's like, oh my God, why? Just why? So yeah, I hope that this is not going to be uber political, or no, it is, should I say. It's going to be in it, and I think this has put me off from even like looking it up. I kind of want to talk about it because I think it's very interesting to kind of see what their side is, so rather than just be like, oh, I hate this, just seeing what it is. So yeah, I think that's it really. I'm not going to buy this. If you're going to buy it, let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Is this something that you'll be streaming? Is this something that you'll be playing? What do you think about politics within gaming as well as media, that it should or shouldn't be there? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.